Welcome to Hanging at the Hangar Bar. I'm Scott.
I'm Candace.
I'm Lariah.
And I'm Lacey. Grab a drink and come hang with us at the Hangar Bar.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Hanging at the Hangar Bar. We're so happy you're here today. I'm so excited about today's episode because we are going to be talking about our Disney icks, which if you do not go on TikTok or Instagram or any type of social media, icks are kind of like things that you just do not agree with, or things that kind of just, like it says, give you the ick, like just disagree. Thank you, Scott.
That was lovely.
Yeah. Thank you for the sound effect. Yeah.
That's what I do. It's the editor's job. I may have to replace that with something, but if not, I kind of like that.
Keep doing it.
Add that to the soundboard. We probably will need it a lot in this episode.
Stop.
Every time we say ick, just insert that.
There it is.
I thought you wanted people to listen to this.
Okay, so this is all Disney. Doesn't have to be just Disney World. It can be food at Disney, drinks at Disney, restaurants, movies, songs, anything. Let's kick us off. I'm going to kick us off, actually, with one that, this is for Candace. I believe a great ick of yours would be everyone's obsession with Frozen.
Yes. And again, I'll say it. Frozen 1, Frozen 2, and I know they're coming out with Frozen 3. Ugh. What is that? The music is fine. The stories are fine. But there are a lot of other Disney movies with fine stories and fine songs that don't need their own lands in the park.
Yeah.
Or need to invade other spaces that were perfectly fine to begin with. But no.
And this is all stemming from the fact that you were still salty that they rethemed the Maelstrom.
Yes.
Like, I know you were a little bit on the overhyped train with Frozen in the first place, but the fact that they replaced Maelstrom.
And the thing is that it's such an obvious, well, we just need to replace it with something, because they still use the same boats that they used for Maelstrom. They still use the same basic path for Maelstrom. They just redid the inside and shut off the waterfall.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Marketing.
Right.
Ick.
I really don't understand how that movie blew up so much like it did. Like, do kids just like really love winter? And it was...
Nobody said kids were smart.
Yeah, I'm trying to think to that point, Lacey. I don't know. The marketing around that one just felt different.
Yeah.
Like, when did Frozen come out?
I want to say 2014, maybe 2013.
I'm going to look it up quick. Frozen 2 was in 2013. So
close.
Frozen was released in 2013.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it. Like, that, was it because it was like at the height of Idina Menzel popularity, or was there something else going on that, like, let's look to Disney to make the world about Disney?
Yeah, I don't know. And I don't know if there was like a sort of renaissance of social media where it would be that much more visible. I don't know. Was
that the first Disney thing to go social media viral? I know, like, we've been on Facebook since what?
2008.
2008 has been when Facebook came around. But, like, when all the social medias kind of converged, and was that really the first one that truly went viral, like the Let It Go?
Probably, yeah.
And the theme behind that song of Let It Go is pretty powerful messaging.
It is. I agree. And I think that was probably one of the first Disney songs in a while, probably since Lion King.
Yeah.
Where they actually played the music on the mainstream radio.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good point.
When was Vine? When did that start and end? It was after Facebook.
I miss Vine.
It probably would have been about that time frame, right? So those little 15-second sound clips of little kids singing "Let It Go," is that released? Probably that had to have just been the perfect storm of virality. Is that the word I'm looking for?
It's a good word.
Viralness.
I don't know if that's what you were
love
looking
it.
for, but it's a good one.
Yeah,
Let's
viralness.
keep it, yeah.
Yeah, it is now. Congratulations.
Do you maybe think it was because Elsa had or has powers that, like, when that younger generation that grew up with that as their, like, main princess or queen or whatever, that you had, like, Princess and the Frog and you had Tangled, and neither Tiana nor Rapunzel, well, Rapunzel kind of had her hair, but, like, they didn't really have any, like, powers. And, like, because I want to say when we were kids, Lacey and I, the princess that was the most popular was probably Ariel, because she was a mythical creature. And so it's just, like, more, like, fairy tale-esque.
That, and I also think that it was probably the first story that Disney has done where there's a lot of female empowerment.
Yeah.
Like, the girls didn't need a man to save them. There was no Prince Charming. I mean, Kristoff, but
Right.
I mean,
He wasn't really charming.
no
Yeah, he is a very different, like,
male hero sort of figure.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he kind of, like, put Anna, in her place. Kind of like, why would you marry, the first guy that you met in, like, 5 minutes? And yeah.
Yeah. So I think there's a lot of that too, where it was just kind of a shift in the thought process of we don't necessarily need a prince to save us. We can do it on our own. And Moana's that way too, if you think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, she had Maui,
yeah.
but I mean, it was her grit and glory that she kept going.
I wish Moana blew up as much as Frozen did.
Yeah.
The music in that movie, and I don't know. I just feel like I have always been drawn to water. Again, hence the Little Mermaid comment you made. Because you're right. When we were growing up, that was a big movie that we would watch a lot. And Moana, that I never get tired of that soundtrack.
No, it's
No.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed. So going back to where I was kind of going with that, though, is then Disney had to figure out how to monetize that
Yeah.
and how to take advantage of whatever caused that to blow up. And it was one song, right time. So, yeah, I get it. And I think for you, who Candace typically doesn't like things that become overhyped, because to your point, I think the music and the story of Moana is better than the music and the story of Frozen,
I would agree.
Agreed.
but it's not a white princess.
That's an interesting perspective as well.
Our country is still a little bit, I apologize to all of our listeners if you disagree, this won't turn political, but our country is a little bit too white bread still.
No, I think that comment is very necessary with the whole Ariel thing going on right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
People are flipping their poop,
Their fins.
their fins, which is just
Which won't get you too far.
And honestly, to me, that's another bleh, an ick
Oh, yeah.
for me. Like
Yeah.
that whole, this
Okay.
whole,
I have the ick that's going to top that, but it kind of ties it in.
okay,
The politicization. Is that a word?
politicization. Yeah, we'll go with yours because I don't want to embarrass myself. Don't hurt yourself, kid.
Politicizing
yeah,
of Disney.
Yeah.
agreed.
The whole mess in Florida, the whole everything. I mean, I'm all about diversity, inclusion, all that. And I think it's fabulous that they're doing it because they've needed to do it for a long time. But people just need to get over themselves.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not hurting your precious lifestyle
No, not
to
at
be
all.
more welcoming and inclusive. I'm sorry, but it's not.
No,
No.
Yeah,
That's my ick.
I love that ick.
yeah, that's a good one. I would agree with that 100%. Why? And Disney brought some of that on themselves.
They did.
Just with how they handled a certain bill that was going around Florida, but
Well, if they would have had the right person in charge. But he's
but
back now.
I would agree with that ick. Like the whole turning around of, oh, Disney is trying to mold children, and
I'm sorry if I roll my eyes any harder, they're going to stick.
Candace just hurt herself with her eye roll. She
Ow.
pulled a muscle.
Ow.
Well, I like that Disney is, moving forward like that, because honestly, if you are like that where you don't believe in diversity and inclusivity,
Sure.
this is the episode of making up words. So welcome everyone. But if you are not about that, then we don't want you here.
Yeah.
Go to Six Flags.
Yeah. Go to Universal.
Oh.
Actually, yeah, Six Flags.
Yeah.
Wait, yeah. If you are not okay with any of this and you have an issue with gay characters of other ethnicities, all of that, then I love how Disney just doesn't care. And they're like, well,
You don't need to be here.
exactly. Then so long, because we want the people that are okay with that and want that,
Right. The African American, what's the fish person, mermaid.
Ariel,
There you go.
Ariel, the fish person.
Good Lord. The African, turning a character into an African American, to Lariah's point, it is a mythological creature that, as far as I know, is not real. Why do we give a flying F whether or not that person is cast as a white person or a person of color? I just want somebody that can sing the role.
Yeah, yeah.
Agreed.
Well, and if we really, really want to deep dive into that, when you're I know there's a whole bunch of history that I don't know anything about, but technically where it takes place and everything, I think is close to Jamaica or something, because why does Sebastian have a Jamaican accent?
It's in the Atlantic Ocean, and there is sun all over the Atlantic Ocean.
And yet
Right.
the story originated in Denmark.
yeah.
So there's a lot of creation.
The Little Mermaid story is from Denmark?
Yes, there's an actual statue of the Little Mermaid in Copenhagen.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay. So that would make sense why she was white at first. But
Yes.
it's still a
But
mythological
again,
creature.
creative license
Yeah.
with the story.
Right.
You make it what you want it and settle down.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, don't see it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. That's it.
You're actively trying to cause problems that a lot of other people do not care about.
Right.
Or
Yeah.
do not mind at all.
Right.
It's you are trying to be hateful.
Yeah.
And you're just causing problems.
And
when
an
that's just
opinion is an
wrong.
opinion, and everybody is welcome to their own opinion. But again, and I will say this 100 times, when you start forcing your opinions on other people and start spreading hate and just ick, it's time for you to go.
Yeah. Just
And I don't know who needs to hear this, but your opinion can be wrong.
It absolutely can.
100%.
But you just need to have your mind open enough to be willing to calmly and rationally discuss your opinions with people rather than screaming, causing physical altercations, all of these very unpleasant things, which is not Disney at all.
Or if you're not willing to change your mind, go to Six Flags.
Yeah, they will have you.
Yeah, go there.
Then we don't have to deal with you. So
Right.
go.
You'd fit right in. There's a lot of sketchy things that happen there. So I've heard some stuff, and so I don't care.
Or, wait for your state fair.
Right. Go to the county,
County fair.
County fair, yes.
Go to the county fair and see if you can find loose nuts around. Well, it's-
Oh, dear. Okay.
like bolt nuts.
Yes, I know what you meant.
Dirty-minded people.
No. Moving on. Next ick, please.
I have an ick
Okay.
when people actively choose Starbucks over Joffrey's.
That's a really solid and very polarizing ick.
Yeah.
Well played.
Why would you choose Starbucks?
Yeah,
over
when you can
Joffrey's?
have it literally anywhere. I mean, not literally anywhere, but we have how many Starbucks in our city? And it's not like the
5?
biggest city.
6?
Yeah. We have plenty.
Nothing against Starbucks, whatever. I drink Starbucks all the time, but
As Scott
Not
just took a
sponsored.
swig of his
Yeah.
Starbucks
Yeah.
drink, and Candace is now showing off hers. I feel
Yeah.
left out.
but just you go and you see the lines at Starbucks at Disney, and I'm we went to that Joffrey's cart, and Hollywood Studios, and there wasn't.
We were what, third in line?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was like nobody there, and I'm like,
And we got a giant pink donut. You can't get that at Starbucks, can you?
No.
We're just going to say no.
The Starbucks locations have more of the snacks and
Right,
that kind
yeah.
of thing. But
yeah.
but for like coffee.
Yeah, I'm not a coffee drinker, so I don't have a dog in this fight. But for me, I would choose Starbucks just because of their tea. And not just their tea; it's the size. Mm-hmm. I've had this conversation with several people lately. Is like locally, we have a coffee shop called Scooters. Scooters is great. I like their tea. They have good coffee. All of those kind of things are great. But their large is like 20 ounces. Sometimes you want a great big iced tea. So you go to Starbucks, get the Trenta sized, which is like 34 ounces, and you get what you need. But like from a coffee quality perspective, I have no dog in the hunt.
Well, in my opinion, and this is going to be an unpopular one, but I've heard other people say it, so it's not just me. But I think that Starbucks plain coffee has a burnt taste to it.
Yeah.
I agree.
And you're definitely
Like
not
it's
the
kind
only
of
one.
bitter, and it tastes burnt to me. And I don't care if that's the blonde roast. I don't care if it's the dark roast. I don't care which roast it is. It tastes burnt to me. Joffrey's has never, ever, ever tasted burnt to me.
No. Their coffee is very smooth. And I mean,
It's Joffrey's.
exactly.
It's like exclusive to Disney. Like, why wouldn't you go there if you want coffee? I don't understand.
And I did actually I heard that they have Joffrey stands now in Disneyland.
Really?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
There you go. There it is. Okay, here's my controversial ick. Well, it's probably not controversial. People eating off of trash cans at festivals makes me just gross out.
Wait, what?
So
Not
like
out of trash cans,
not
off
out
of
of-
trash cans.
Like using them
it's
as a table.
Equally as gross.
yeah, so within the festivals and that kind of thing, they don't have enough seating where you can go sit down and fork and knife some of the food you might need to fork and knife. So people like I don't know if it's a rite of passage. I don't know what the deal is.
It's
but
a thing.
It's a thing that you walk up to a trash can, you set your food on top of the trash can, and you turn that into your table. Which also means that, like, who knows how long it's been since that trash can has been emptied. Who knows who else has, like, they're probably not sanitizing them like their tables. Gross. Plus, then anybody that needs to throw something away either can't use that trash can to throw something away, which potentially leads to a dirtier park, or you are constantly being interrupted by people trying to come throw things away while you're eating.
But the good thing is there's trash cans every 30 feet. So it's not that long of a stretch to get to the next one.
But still,
But if everybody's using it as tables, who knows?
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty nasty.
yeah. So that's my
That's a
ick.
good one. That's a good one.
Grosses me out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely we've discussed this, but the ants that they put on the rim of some of their margaritas, or just one of their margaritas in the Mexican pavilion. Yeah.
That's nasty.
Yeah.
Scott, you would try that, right?
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Okay, because I would too.
Yeah.
I know I'm a vegetarian. I don't include
bugs
bugs in
not
that.
count? Oh.
I don't
You know, ants are not vegetables, right?
Well,
They're also
Yeah.
not mammals.
they smell like flowers. Have you ever smelt
I've never smelled an ant.
a dead ant? You should.
Yeah.
Like, completely honest, if you like smush one or something, which it's kind of mean, and you smell it,
we were weird kids.
it smells so sweet. It smells like sugary flowers.
Yeah, it's very floral. They have a floral scent. However, this is me, Lacey, talking, who is a vegan. I would not eat the ant rim.
I would just try it.
I totally would try
We
it.
should, next time we go, we're
We'll get
getting
one.
a
Yeah.
ant margarita.
Have at it.
Candace, we
Yeah.
will not.
Right.
We will be somewhere far away from that where we don't even have to witness it.
We'll get the hibiscus salt.
That is what I'm talking. That sounds better. And then you're going to get ants all in your teeth.
Yeah, you'll be smiling. You have like legs sticking out.
Well,
I don't think they actually put like whole ants on the rim.
They put legs.
They just crush up ants and
That is
use it as
disgusting.
salt.
They use legs.
All right, y'all have it.
are they fire ants?
I hope not.
Okay. With a little kick to it.
Yeah,
I don't
you
think-
want your tongue to just disintegrate.
Instead of tahini, you use fire ants because it's better.
Yeah, I don't know that fire ants count as spice.
I would have never thought to kill and smell an ant either, but
Well, there
here we
go.
are.
We're 90s kids, so,
Our curiosity got the
we
better of
didn't
us.
have tablets. We had
Right.
insects where we just, played,
I used to smush fireflies and smear the stuff all over things.
Oh,
Make
Yeah.
artwork.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Because it glowed.
yeah.
Okay, so the worst thing that I ever did to a firefly, or for those, well, everybody here has seen Princess and the Frog, so you know Ray is a firefly. But the worst thing I ever did to a firefly was right as it lights up, you twist its rear end off, and then you can put it between your fingers, and you have a glowing ring.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, that went a little bit too far the other way than what.
Well, there's my ick.
Poor Ray.
We
What
were-
are you gonna do?
Yeah. Children are weird.
Well, not do that. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, instead we just smushed ants and,
And smell
smelled
them.
Put a little on for perfume.
Oh,
A little bit of
ode to ants.
Oh my god.
ick.
Yeah.
Okay, well, since we're along the line of Disney food and drink, I'm going to throw up my ick. And that is Disney turkey legs.
Why?
Just because I don't really like turkey, number one. Number two, I think that is far too much for one person to consume while you're trying to walk around a theme park.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just gave me
And-
the meat sweats.
Yeah, and when it's like $12 to $15, you don't really want to take 3 bites of it and then throw it away because A, that's wasteful.
Yeah.
And B, that's a lot of money to spend for that. And I think there's better food options in the park.
Yeah. Well, again, since we're on the topic of food and drink, this is going to be one that maybe you guys won't agree with. But I think since we've done it before, I think that the deluxe dining plan is kind of an ick because we're people who we can eat a good amount of food, especially when you're walking around the parks all day. After we have done the deluxe dining, I want to know who actually needs that much food and can actually, like, why is that a thing? You know?
Like, I want to know if anybody who's ever been on the deluxe dining plan has been able to use all of their points the way it's designed. So, just as a reminder, the deluxe dining plan was 3 meal credits a day that could be used across any kind of restaurant,
Quick service or table credit or table service.
plus 2 snack credits. Is that it? So just 3 meals.
So basically, you could eat 5 times a day.
And it could all be sit down restaurants.
Yeah.
Like, and what came with the meal credit was an appetizer, an entree, a dessert, and a drink
And that was for each person.
for each person. So if
Yeah.
you're a family of 4, you could sit down at a table and get 4 full-size appetizers, 4 full-size entrees, 4 full-size desserts, and 4 alcoholic beverages at every single meal.
Yeah.
That's so much food.
Which it was, I'm so glad we did it to experience it because now we can tell people if it's worth it or not. You know, if you're someone who wants to try everything, like if you're a group of people and you want to try every, appetizer, every dessert, then yeah, maybe it would be worth it. But I just think going and thinking that you're going to use all your credits And we didn't at all. At the end of the trip, we had to go and get like snacks for the car ride and to take home using those credits and we ate like every meal and we still were like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, at the end, we had to convert some of our meal credits back into snack credits so we could then buy bags of candy.
And that's not a good use of that money.
Right. It's not a great use of that money. But what I would say is if you go on that dining planner, if we had to do it again, I would plan a trip to Goofy's Candy Company instead of trying to do it in the resort on the last day.
Mm-hmm.
That way you could go, instead of having to buy like the prepackaged Rice Krispie treats and that kind of thing, you could go into a place and buy like fresh Mickey Rice Krispie bars and get the better treats that are like at Goofy's Candy Company. That I would definitely do that. Like plan the day before you leave to like, okay, we want to convert 3 meals into 3 snack credits, take 15 snack credits each into Goofy's Candy Company and just come out with a huge bag of snacks.
Yeah. Yep.
But when and if they bring the dining plan back in its past form, use all your credits. Like you're paying for that.
Yeah,
if you leave,
definitely.
The only time the only time I think that you shouldn't get the meal credit or the dining plan is if you don't have a plan to use all of your credits in some way. If you leave 15 credits on the table without using them, you've just you've increased the cost of your vacation by 20%.
Yeah.
Ick.
Yeah.
I always say if I don't get the look at least once an episode, we're doing something wrong. I've gotten it. Okay. What else? What are our other icks?
I do have one more off the top of my head.
Okay.
Definitely closing down Ellen's ride. I know there's a lot of controversial around Ellen right now. I don't really feed into that. I liked the ride. Bill Nye was in it, people. Bill Nye. So if you're not an Ellen fan,
And dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs. And 30 minutes in air conditioning.
Yes.
Hello. So even if you don't want to ride, quick little nap. Naps are good. So it's such an ick that they would turn that ride into... You know what, though? Actually, this is a two-parter because I think also it's a really big ick that they changed Tower of Terror in Disneyland. I know we didn't ride that ride in Disneyland, but I cannot believe that they turned that into Guardians of the Galaxy. That might be a bigger ick.
On the flip side, the going theory is that it's for Disneyland, it's a better fit as Guardians than it is
Because the area of the park that it's in, it's kind of over by Avengers Campus.
Yeah. Like people were pissed about it becoming Guardians when it first happened, but then people went on it and they loved it.
Really?
And the other thing that I like about that one, not to take away from your ick, it is what it is, but one of the things that I like about them making that ride different in Disneyland is it's another Disney ride that you get to experience.
Yeah.
And I'm stealing that line from one of our favorite hosts on one of the social medias that we watch on All Ears. She says that all the time. The world is short on Disney rides. Why have 2 of the same?
That's true. That is true.
Why do you have to go to Disneyland and ride the exact same rides that you can ride in Disney World?
That is a very good point. Not an ick like that. But I'm still salty about them taking away Ellen's ride.
Yes, I would agree with that. And they replaced that with the Guardians ride in Florida. Yeah.
Yeah. Which I've heard good things about the Guardians ride, and I will ride it, and who knows, maybe I'll be okay with it, but it's just very sad. So.
Yeah. Okay, here's another ick. Disney takes way too long to put new stuff into their parks. Let me give an example.
Yeah.
They announced Tron 7 years ago.
They had to deal with a pandemic, though.
I know, but still, even if you take the pandemic out of it, it took 5 years to put up one roller coaster. And I know they had water table issues. They had all of those things that go on. But 5 years to open a new roller coaster is kind of ridiculous.
That is pretty crazy.
I would rather have them do that, though, and make sure that it's really, really good and up to the Disney standard that they have established, rather than just half-assing it and have another Maelstrom episode.
True. And maybe I'm just salty because they closed down the train, so I didn't get to go on the train the last time we were in Disney
We'll
World.
go next time we're there, I promise.
That really sucked.
And I will say that the train, like the way they rerouted it and built a tunnel, looks really cool.
Mm-hmm.
So some good came out
Some
of it.
good came out of it.
Yeah.
But
Not all, but some.
yeah.
Yeah. How about all the construction in Epcot?
Oh my God.
That's an
an
ick.
ick.
However, what's going to come out of it is going to be phenomenal.
True.
Epcot will be a great park if they ever get it finished.
If.
If is good.
If.
If it's good.
Walt said they were never going to be done.
I know they got to stop with the IP, though.
Yeah.
Okay, so to that point, I've been thinking a little bit about this and didn't know it was an ick until just right now. They are trying to turn Epcot into something that it wasn't meant to be.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to turn it into another theme park.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it was never, even when Walt envisioned it as the experimental prototype community of tomorrow,
Well done.
when he envisioned the city and when they realized they couldn't do that, they built it in a way that made it not a typical theme park. Everything they're adding right now, outside of the Moana Journey of Water, is making it more theme parky. Back in, and I get some of it because they need the park to be a people eater, but like you look at World Showcase, it used to be a way to showcase the world and all that edutainment and that kind of thing. Very few rides back there. You had Maelstrom, you had the Three Caballeros, just little things in there that people that were really secondary to what World Showcase was all about. And now they're putting in Remy, they're putting in Frozen, which isn't even part of the country. Never mind. But everything they talk about, they're putting in a Guardians ride that doesn't fit with the Epcot theme at all. Like, there's nothing educational. There's nothing
Innovative.
You could call it maybe a space ride, but it's still
Other than good music. I mean,
yeah. But even like Mission Space, that has an educational, like you're going on a rocket to Mars or to the moon or whatever. Those are things that could actually happen. Guardians is fictional.
Yep.
Everything that they're putting in that park right now feels like it's detracting from Walt's original vision. And to me, that's an ick.
and that's why that makes me so upset.
Yeah. But but at least from a Disney perspective, like Remy, they're doing it right. It fits with the country they're putting it in. When they were talking about the Mary Poppins attraction, it fit with the country they wanted to put it in. I may go down and chain myself to the big ball if they ever say, hey, we're just going to start throwing we're going to take out a country and I'm having trouble coming up with an example right now, but we're going to put this ride in the America Pavilion just because that's where the space is. If they ever do that, I'm going to go chain myself to Spaceship Earth.
I like that idea.
Okay.
We can do a live episode from there.
Yeah.
Live, chained up to the Epcot ball. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, and there are like some movies that they could put into Epcot that would kind of fit the theme. I just thought of this, but like Meet the Robinsons. Where is
WALL-E?
that represent? Yeah, WALL-E.
They're missing some good ones.
Like if they do IP, they could do it in a right way where it's like just a little hint of that.
Subtle.
Yeah.
But it makes sense and it fits.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So my ick is they're turning my baby into an ugly baby.
They're putting makeup on your
Right.
baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't do that.
Ick.
No.
Okay, and I just looked up. I know I'm going backwards now, but a little bit of Disney trivia for all of you. How many calories are in a Disney turkey leg?
Oh.
1,200.
Okay, that's one guess.
in a turkey
In just one
Disney
turkey,
goat.
in one Disney turkey leg, how many calories are there?
Can you show me how big? I've never really seen one. Is it? Oh, that's pretty big. Okay, so, ooh, yeah, I'm gonna have to like around maybe like 1,500.
Okay.
I'll go 1,800.
Okay. 1,093.
Oh, wow, we went.
It's a healthy snack compared to what you thought it was.
Yeah, and they consider that a snack.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Yeah. I'm like, that is not a snack. That's a
pure
meal for 4
protein.
people.
Yeah.
It's a turkey leg that tastes like ham because of how they cure it and season it and all.
Well, I'm sure they have to pump that turkey with some growth hormones too, because
They actually don't, though. They just buy the biggest turkeys.
wow.
I'm sure there's a breed of turkeys that just has big legs.
Hey, big legs.
They send them to the gym, have them work out.
Yeah.
You can't do any upper body workouts. You're doing all leg presses. You're a Disney turkey.
The Disney turkey program.
Yes. It's kind of like the college program, but not.
Only you turn into a delicious snack.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
Yeah.
What?
Just kidding.
Okay, so I have an ick.
Yay.
Okay.
Disney adult entitlement.
Ooh, tell me more.
And I talk about this a lot because it is one of my biggest icks ever. Just because you pay the park admission fee that everybody else pays, that does not give you the right to act like an asshole or be rude to cast members or anybody else for that matter, or think that you need to be first in line, or if you have children with you, that they need special treatment or they need to be a special place on the parade route so they can see things, or you feel that it's okay to put them on your shoulders for fireworks because it's not. Rude.
Yeah.
Rude.
I'm going to build off of that ick. Maybe I shouldn't.
Do it.
Okay. People that think their kids are more important to Disney than I am.
Yes.
Yeah. Or
Like-
anyone. Like, it's the kids too, but like anyone like that has that mentality that it's always me or my kid or my
Right.
My scooter parking space or my scooter path or
parking space. Yeah, just that whole thing where it's me instead of us. Like,
Right. I've said this before. I said that maybe even earlier in an earlier episode in this season. When you go to Disney, you're part of a community. Act like it.
yeah.
I don't care that you decided to have 18 crotch goblins. You need to make sure that you are part of a community and not cut in line or not shoved to the forward. I'm a nice enough person that if I see a kid struggling to stand or see, I'm going to let them in front of me.
Yeah.
But as soon as that adult says, my kid is more important than you are, I'm going to spread out. I'm going to become an ass because you are being an ass.
and that's setting just a ever so wonderful example for your child.
Right.
Well, your child is probably a spoiled brat then. Mm-hmm. And, you know, that's not a good thing.
Yeah.
And I think if you're going to call yourself a Disney adult, I know I've said this before too, that comes with a certain level of responsibility to represent the brand well. And not just be an entitled jerk.
I feel like you were saying, Scott, as a part, when you go on a Disney vacation, you're a part of a community. And I feel like we all want to make sure everybody has an amazing vacation, an amazing time at Disney. And we want to help, we're excited for kids to see and experience Disney. But like you said, just don't put them on a pedestal.
Yep.
You know, it's important for them to experience it, but don't be a rude person just so your kid can get what they want.
And you can wait 5 minutes behind
Yeah.
me to get your pretzel.
Yeah. Preach patience and
Pretzel.
we're all together.
Yeah.
And it's yeah.
Oh, and then there's also the Disney people that have been there enough and they know, one example that just popped into the front of my head is the stretch room in Magic Haunted Mansion. Oh, that was close. I almost lost my Disney card. Oh my God. But when they sit there and talk through the entire like pre-show of something, or they narrate right along with the narration of a ride, or they simply don't shut up through the course of a ride. It's like, okay, if you are that bored with this that you need to talk through the entire thing, go.
Yeah. It's
You don't need to be
disrespectful.
here. You're ruining other people's experiences. And also, those people that use flashes on dark rides, you need to be kicked out of the park. I'm sorry. You're ruining the experience for other people. It's blowing apart the magic in some instances, and you're hurting people's eyes with the flash in the dark.
The only people allowed to use flashes on Disney dark rides is Disney.
Right. And they won't do it when there's guests in the rides usually.
Well, no, like for the ride photos.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because they know how to hide the flash to make it look like it's part of the ride.
Right.
Or like your Haunted Mansion example.
With the pictures. It's
with
lightning.
the pictures. It looks like lightning.
Yeah.
Yep.
People. People are the root of all evil.
True story.
True story. Okay, any other icks we want to talk about?
I have one more.
Okay.
I've said this many times, and we're going to end this unless someone else.
I have one more. But
Perfect.
go ahead.
Great. Mine is replacing Lieutenant Dan with.
Yes.
What an. Ugh. Are you
Right.
kidding me?
That's a
I don't even know who it is anymore. I don't want you. I want Lieutenant Dan.
Right.
And I think that's why I got so sick on that ride, because Lieutenant Dan didn't come on there to comfort us before our mission to Mars.
You really threw me off with that promise.
Yeah, I did.
And
Yeah.
oh boy.
Yeah, we're big.
I was promised Lieutenant Dan.
I will take you to the tiki room next time to make up for it.
Oh, bless you.
We need t-shirts that says bring Lieutenant Dan
Bring back
back
Lieutenant Dan.
to
Oh,
mission
that's-
space.
That's a good.
I know his name is different in what is it?
Life.
Yeah, in real life. Isn't it like Gary someone?
Gary
Sinise.
Sinise.
There we go.
Bring back Lieutenant Dan.
Yeah. Like, come on, people.
He's a very key component. to
Ingredient into that ride.
the-
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed. I'm with you. Okay, Candace, you get to pick the last one.
Okay. My ick, and this is going to be maybe controversial, but maybe not so much. Disney food-based merch.
Interesting.
Like
yeah.
the sippers and the popcorn buckets and all of the
Oh.
things that you pay $20 and $30 for like 2 ounces of soda that gets sticky all day. Then you have to find a place for it when you get home. And then let's just not even talk about the popcorn buckets.
Yeah, that's a whole.
Waiting 8 hours in a line for a popcorn. No.
No.
You know, it looks fun. It seems cute, but it's going to end up in the garbage.
Right.
As
And
another
I
piece of
understand
plastic.
buying one of them because I think it is a good value for while you're there. But what do you do with it when you get it home?
Yeah.
And if you're eating that much popcorn, quite honestly, if like for us being a family of 2, we can share a package of like a box of popcorn and be fine with just that. We don't need 5 boxes of popcorn throughout our vacation. I just think it's a little bit silly. And then like all the hype to buy them and sell them on eBay, and don't even talk about the prices that people are actually commanding for those stupid things. I'm sorry, it's a hunk of plastic. Yes, they're adorable. Yes, they probably mean something to somebody. Fine. If that's your jam, that's your jam.
Well, they just.
I don't get it.
They have way more. They have way cooler merchandise there that you can buy, like a mug.
Yes.
Get a mug that will last you years and years and years, and something that could potentially be a collective item that like, or like a t-shirt or even a hat. But I can't get on board with the hunk of plastic thing that they're trying to push on you.
I feel like social media has a lot to do with that, because especially this day and age, we're all trying to keep up with the Joneses. You know, like, oh, popcorn bucket. I didn't think I needed that until I see like 5 people on my page posting about this Figment popcorn bucket. Like, oh, I don't like Figment or Disney enough unless I get in line and get one of these popcorn buckets. When it's just like, do you eat popcorn? Do you think spending $35 or however much on a popcorn bucket is really, does it mean that much to you? Or are you just trying to do it because it's a trend or because it's a thing? And I just want to know, have popcorn buckets been, or anything like that, have they been that popular until social media?
No.
Probably not.
Well, also, to be fair, I'm not on board with that at any theme park anywhere. It's just a waste of money, and it's a waste of, just like we keep saying, like just a huge chunk of plastic that's going to end up in a landfill. It's just a waste.
We're going to see them at garage sales and antique stores in like 10 years. Tell me, have you gone to a garage sale, especially if you live in Orlando or near Anaheim or anything like that? Do you go to a garage sale and you see a lot of Disney merch like that? Let us know, because
hey, just a little off topic. Great. You kind of made a cool idea. Like, you gave me a good idea. Next time we're in Orlando at Disney, we should check out garage sales to see if they have any. Well, just to see if they have any cool Disney collective items.
Yeah. No, I am not leaving the magic. I will stay at the resort, and y'all can go do what you want.
On our way out.
Put me into this.
On our way out.
All right.
On our way out.
We'll go find good margaritas.
That is what I'm talking. And beignets.
Yes.
You guys shop your haunted Disney popcorn
Go
buckets.
to the weird people in Orlando's garage sales.
We gotta see. The Buzz Lightyears.
Yeah.
She probably
They're
had
probably on a
sale.
garage sale somewhere.
No, she would not. She has her own eBay store.
She has a room. Buzz Lightyear room, and they're lining the walls.
Yeah, and she thinks that they come alive at night.
And who knows, they might. Depending on what drug she's on, they might.
Okay.
But along the line of the social media and the food merch that I think is influenced very heavily by social media, let's talk about the Instagram walls. Like, there's the bubblegum wall, there's the purple wall, there's all of these things where it's like, are you really even at Disney if you don't have a picture in front of one of these walls? Yes, I am.
I'm enjoying the magic.
Right. I'm like, I get it. And I know that's not my age demographic. And I know that, a lot of things. It's a wall.
A purple wall that you can...
It's a wall that's been painted.
Yeah.
Ooh. You know what? I have a whole bunch of those in my house. Do I need to start posing in front of them and putting it on Instagram? Because I can.
Are you even at my house if you're not in front of the...
Clearly not.
If we go beige wall.
Yeah, that... I feel like there was a huge trend a few years ago about posing in front of a wall, like with any sort of mural, because we even have a few places in our city that you go to a lot of people's Instagrams, and you know that one in the Haymarket by Ivanacone.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you went downtown. Score.
Yeah. Painted wall. Red wall with some stars on it. You are trendy now.
Influence me.
Yeah. Okay, that was a good last comment, I think. So remember, interact with us on our social medias. We'd love to hear from you. We're doing this for us.
Tell us your icks.
Yeah, tell us your icks. We're doing this for us, but we're also doing it for you. We'd love to hear from you. Find us on our socials. And remember, there's always a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.
And we'll see you real soon.